My beloved child, I have watched you stand at the window of your soul, gazing out at the empty path where they once stood, wondering if the silence they left behind is all that remains of your story. I have seen the way you pull your arms around yourself, as if to hold the pieces of your heart together, questioning if the love you gave was so small that it could be discarded without a second thought. But I am here to tell you, with the voice of the one who saw your beginning and knows your end, that you have misunderstood the nature of this departure. You see a rejection, I see a redirection. You see a loss, I see a divine preservation. Listen to the rhythm of my voice in the quiet of this moment, for I am the Father who never leaves, and I am the God who restores what the locusts have eaten. When they turned their back and walked away, they did not take your value with them. They did not take the sun from your sky or the purpose from your breath. They simply took their own inability to recognize the treasure that I placed within you. I want you to understand that the one who walked away did so because their eyes were clouded by the dust of their own pride and the illusions of a world that promises everything but delivers nothing. They walked away because they mistook your depth for a shallow pool, never realizing that they were standing on the edge of an ocean of grace. But hear me now. The world is a vast and hollow place for those who walk away from the light I have placed in my children. There is a spiritual law that cannot be broken, a law of harvest and reflection. They believe they have escaped into a new freedom, a new excitement, or a new beginning that will finally satisfy the hunger in their spirit. But that hunger was never meant to be satisfied by the world. It was meant to lead them back to the source of love, a love they had right in front of them in the person of you. As they travel further into the distance they created, the colors will begin to fade. The novelty of their new path will wear thin, like a garment that cannot withstand the cold of the night. In the quiet hours when the noise of their distractions dies down, my spirit will begin to stir the embers of their memory. They will look for the warmth that once radiated from your heart, only to find the chill of their own isolation. They will search for the peace that your presence brought them, only to realize that peace was a gift they threw away. Do not weep for the one who left as though they have won something, for they have only won the right to experience the void that your absence creates. You are a sanctuary, though you may feel like a ruin right now. You are a garden of my own planting, and the fragrance of your spirit lingers on the wind, even if they try to hold their breath. I am preparing a moment of profound realization for them, not as a punishment of malice, but as a lesson of truth. They will stand in a crowded room and feel the crushing weight of being alone because you are not there. They will reach for a hand in the dark and find only shadows, remembering the strength of yours. The realization of what they lost will not come like a sudden lightning bolt, but like a rising tide, slow and inescapable, until it covers the very ground they stand on. They will see that they walked away from a miracle to chase a mirage. They will understand that while they were looking for a spark, they left the warmth of the hearth. For now, my child, I ask you to turn your eyes back to me. Let me heal the places where the tearing occurred. Let me fill the spaces they left empty with a peace that surpasses all understanding. Do not chase the shadow that is fleeing. Instead, walk into the light that is coming. You are the one who remains, and in remaining, you are being refined. The one who walked away will indeed realize what they lost, but by the time they do, you will be so far along in the glory I have for you that their departure will be nothing more than a footnote in the epic story I am writing with your life. Trust me, rest in me, for I am the God of the brokenhearted, and I am the one who makes all things new. My beloved, do not mistake my silence for absence. In the quiet of your room, where the echo of their departure still lingers, I am building something eternal. You have felt the sting of being undervalued, the sharp edge of rejection that whispered you were not enough. But I tell you, you were never meant to be enough for a heart that was not ready to receive the abundance I placed within you. They reached for a shallow stream because they were afraid of the depth of your soul. Now, as the seasons shift, I am opening their eyes. I am allowing the world to show them the coldness of a life without the light you carried. They will remember the way your prayers cushioned their falls. They will recall the grace you extended when they deserved judgment. It will hit them in the middle of a crowded room or in the silence of a midnight hour, the crushing weight of what they discarded. They thought they were moving toward freedom, but they were only moving toward a void. I am pulling back the veil of their pride. They will see that the grass they thought was greener was but painted sand, shifting and dry under their feet. While they are wandering in the desert of their own making, I am leading you to the fountains of living water. I am the God who sees the end from the beginning, and I saw their exit before you even felt the first tremor of doubt. I allowed the separation not to punish you, but to protect the sacred work I am doing in your spirit. You are being suffocated by their limitations, and I have set you free to breathe the air of my favor. I am declaring a season of restoration over your life. Every hour you spent waiting for a phone call that never came, I will repay with hours of divine revelation. Every word of love you gave that was met with silence, I will return to you through a chorus of blessings that will leave you breathless. I am anointing your head with oil. Your cup shall not only be full, but it shall overflow into the lives of those who truly deserve your presence. Do not look back at the bridge that burned. Look at the new path I have paved through the wilderness. I am bringing forth beauty from these ashes. I am the master architect, and I am using the very stones of your sorrow to build a cathedral of praise. They will hear of your promotion. They will see the radiance on your face that can only come from being in my presence. They will realize that when they walked away from you, they walked away from the very source of their own peace. I am setting a table for you in the presence of your enemies, and those who doubted your worth will be forced to acknowledge the crown of favor I have placed upon you. This is the hour of your vindication. You do not need to lift a finger or speak a word in your defense. I am your advocate. I am your shield. I am your exceeding great reward. The realization will wash over them like a winter frost, sudden, biting, and undeniable. They will look for your likeness in others and find only shadows. They will seek the comfort you offered in the world and find only echoes. And in that moment of profound loss, they will know that they traded a diamond for a common pebble. But you will be gone, not in anger and not in spite, but because you have ascended to the place I called you to. You are being transfigured by my love. I am weaving your broken pieces into a tapestry so breathtaking that the angels themselves marvel at the design. Trust the process of the pruning, for it is making way for a harvest you cannot yet imagine. I am the God of the second wind, and I am breathing new life into every dead dream. The one who walked away is a passenger who jumped off a ship that was destined for the golden shores of my glory. Do not stop the ship to wait for them. They chose the water, but I have chosen you for the destination. Rest your weary heart, my child. The night of weeping is giving way to a morning of dancing. I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Your story does not end in abandonment. It begins in the empowerment of my spirit. You are my masterpiece, and the world is about to see the colors I have hidden within you during this time of trial. Stay close to me, and watch as I turn your greatest loss into your greatest gain. I love you with an everlasting love, and my plans for you are for good and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope that no human departure can ever diminish. You are mine, and in my hands you are safe, you are seen, and you are spectacularly loved. I am shifting the atmosphere around you even now. As you read these words, feel the weight of my presence settling upon your shoulders, replacing the heavy yoke of grief with the light burden of my grace. The one who walked away thought they were leaving a person, but they were actually walking away from an assignment of my favor. I had placed you in their life as a lamp, and they chose to walk back into the darkness. Do not mourn for the lamp, mourn for the one who chose the night. I am the God who restores the years the locusts have eaten. I am looking at every scar left by their betrayal, and I am turning them into stars of guidance for others who will follow in your footsteps. You are becoming a beacon. The very thing they mocked in you, your sensitivity, your faith, your capacity to love deeply, is the very thing I am magnifying to draw my kingdom closer to earth. I declare over you that the spirit of heaviness is lifting. I am breaking the chains of what if and if only that have bound your mind in the midnight hours. You are not defined by who left the room. You are defined by who stayed in the room with you, and I am the one who will never leave nor forsake you. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? The silence that once felt like a rejection of your soul is now becoming the sanctuary where I am rebuilding your strength. Understand this, my beloved. When they walked away, they did not just leave a person. They exited a spiritual climate that was sustained by my presence within you. You were the garden in their desert, the well in their wasteland, and the very ground they walked upon was consecrated because of your prayers. They took for granted the atmosphere of peace that surrounded them, unaware that it was my spirit in you that was keeping the storms at their borders at bay. Now, as they move further into the distance, they are beginning to feel the chill of the atmosphere they have chosen. The realization will not come like a sudden thunderclap, but like a slow, persistent autumn rain that soaks through every layer of their pride. They will search for your essence in the faces of others and find only shadows. They will look for your depth in shallow waters and find only the sting of disappointment. I am allowing this void to persist because it is the only teacher they will listen to now. Do not be consumed by their journey, for I have redirected your gaze toward the horizon of my promises. I am the God of the turnaround, and I am turning your mourning into a dance that the world cannot understand. I declare over you that your identity is being scrubbed clean of the labels they tried to pin on you. You are not discarded, you are set apart. You are not abandoned, you are preserved. I have pulled you back from a path that would have swallowed your destiny, and though it felt like a tearing of your flesh, it was actually a severing of a weight that would have drowned you in the deep. Listen to my voice in the stillness. I am whispering secrets of the future into your spirit. I am showing you the rooms I am preparing for you, filled with people who will cherish the light you carry, who will not see your devotion as a burden but as a blessing. I am bringing you into a season of suddenlies. Suddenly, the heaviness will break. Suddenly, the provision will appear. Suddenly, the memory of what was lost will be swallowed up by the glory of what has arrived. I am the vindicator. I do not need you to argue your case or defend your worth, for I am the judge of all the earth, and I am ruling in your favor. I see the nights you spent wondering what you did wrong, and I am here to tell you that your only fault was loving with a reflection of my own heart, a love that was too vast for a narrow soul to contain. I am expanding your territory. I am enlarging the stakes of your tent. The one who walked away will look back from their self-imposed exile and see the city of light I have built out of the ruins of your broken heart. They will realize that in leaving you, they walked away from the very source of the favor that was crowning their life. But you, my child, must keep walking forward. Do not look back at the pillars of salt. Look toward the mountains where your help comes from. I am releasing a fresh anointing upon your head that will heal the fractures in your mind. I am restoring your sleep. I am restoring your laughter. I am even restoring your ability to trust, not by placing your weight on people, but by anchoring your soul in me, the rock that never moves. I declare that every word spoken against you in secret is being neutralized by the blood of the Lamb. No weapon formed against your reputation or your peace shall prosper. You are entering a phase of divine recompense where I will pay you back double for your trouble. I am the one who makes all things new, and I am making you new today. Feel the warmth of my hand upon your shoulder. I have never left your side, and I am leading you into a land flowing with milk and honey, where the shadows of the past will be nothing more than a footnote in the story of my great faithfulness toward you. Peace, be still. Your heart is safe with me. Behold, as you stand in the quiet sanctuary of my presence, understand that the vacancy left by those who walked away was not an oversight in my plan, but a divine clearing of the ground. I am anointing your eyes to see the beauty in the empty spaces, for it is in those gaps that I am building something more permanent and more glorious than you ever imagined. The one who walked away did not just leave you. They left the atmosphere of the miracles I am now performing in your life. They chose a path that could not sustain the weight of the blessing I am pouring out upon you. Do not spend your strength wondering why their heart grew cold or why their feet turned toward the exit. I am the one who handles the hearts of men, and I have allowed this separation to preserve the purity of your calling. Even now, the realization is beginning to dawn upon them. In the middle of the night, when the noise of the world fades, they will remember the peace that used to surround you. They will realize that what they walked away from was not just a person, but a fountain of my grace that flowed through you. They will see from a distance that you are not withered, but blooming. You are not broken, but fortified. This realization will not be for your vengeance, but for my vindication. I am lifting your head above the waves of regret. I am speaking to the part of you that still feels not enough, and I am declaring that you are my masterpiece. You are becoming a beacon, and your light will be so bright that those who once overlooked you will have to shield their eyes. I am releasing a prophetic word over your finances and your household. Where there was lack, there shall be overflow. I am opening the windows of heaven to pour out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive. This is the season where I am reconnecting the severed nerves of your hope. You will feel again. You will dream again. You will look at the future without a flinch of fear. I am placing a new song in your mouth, a song of deliverance that will break the chains of those who hear you. You are no longer defined by the abandonment of man, for you are defined by the adoption of the Father. Every tear you shed in the secret place has been bottled and turned into the wine of your new season. Feel the shift in the spiritual realm. The winds are changing. The tide is coming in. What was taken from you in the dark is being restored to you in the light, sevenfold. I am the God who restores the years that the locust has eaten, and I am doing it with a speed that will leave you breathless with gratitude. Your name is being spoken in rooms you have not yet entered. Doors are being unlocked by invisible hands because I have commanded favor to follow you like a shadow. You are the apple of my eye, the joy of my heart, and the focus of my affection. Do not look back at the dust they left behind. Look at the gold I am laying beneath your feet. The road ahead is paved with my promises, and every step you take is a step into a greater dimension of my glory. You are being transformed from glory to glory, and the person you were yesterday is being swallowed up by the person I created you to be before the foundations of the world. Trust the process of this holy pruning. It may hurt, but it is making room for the fruit that will feed nations. I am with you in the fire, and I am with you in the flood. Neither shall consume you, for I have set my seal upon your heart. You are mine, and I do not lose what is mine. Rest in this truth. Let it settle deep into your marrow. The world will see, and they will know that I have loved you with an everlasting love. The realization of what was lost by those who left will be the very thing that draws them to seek the God who stayed. Your life is a testimony of my relentless pursuit. Be still and know that I am God, your Father, your friend, and your eternal reward. I am your shield and your exceeding great reward. The shadows are fleeing, and the morning star is rising in your heart. I am weaving your broken threads into a tapestry of royalty. You are not a victim of your history. You are a victor by my victory. Every silent battle you fought, every time you chose to be kind when you were treated with cruelty, I saw it all. I am rewarding your character with a crown of beauty. The people who walked away will see you standing on the mountain of my favor, and they will know that the source of your strength was never them, it was always me. I am finishing the work I started in you. I am the Alpha and the Omega, and I am perfecting every detail of your life. Do not be afraid of the height to which I am calling you. I have equipped you for this. I have breathed my own life into your lungs. Go forth in this confidence, for you are cherished, you are chosen, and you are never, ever alone. I am the architect of your destiny, and I have never once lost a battle over a soul that I have called my own. When you felt the sting of rejection, when you felt the cold air of the space left behind by those who chose to depart, I was there, shielding you from a future that would have only served to stifle the magnificent soul I have placed within you. The one who walked away did not walk away because of your lack of worth. They walked away because they were blind to the light that I was beginning to radiate through your spirit. They were looking for something ordinary, but I was crafting something extraordinary in you. They looked at your struggle and called it your permanent identity, but I looked at your heart and called it my holy sanctuary. Even now, my spirit is moving in the hollow places where you felt abandoned, filling the void they left with a presence so thick, so tangible, and so divine that you will soon find yourself no longer feeling the ache of their absence, but rather the fullness of my grace. I am the God of restoration, the one who brings life back to the dry bones and color back to the grayest of days. I am restoring to you the years the locusts have eaten, the months of sorrow that felt like an eternity, and the peace that was stolen in the middle of the night. You are entering a season of divine compensation, where my hand will move with a swiftness that will leave you breathless with wonder. For every night you cried yourself to sleep, I am preparing a morning of unbridled joy that will echo through the halls of your future. For every word of mockery or misunderstanding you endured in silence, I am giving you a testimony of such power that it will break the chains off others. I am raising you up as a sign and a wonder to this generation. Those who once looked down on you, those who dismissed your potential and judged your journey, will have to look up to see the work I am doing in you. Not because you seek to be seen by men, but because my glory is rising upon you like a sun that cannot be hidden. I am your advocate in the heavenly courts, pleading your cause and making your righteousness shine like the noonday sun. Do not look back at the bridge that was burned, for I am not calling you to return to the land of your sorrow. I am building a highway across the desert, a path of purpose that leads to the high places of my kingdom. I am bringing people into your life who will not just tolerate you, but who will celebrate the very things about you that others found inconvenient. I am bringing you into a community of honor, where your gifts will flourish and your spirit will finally breathe the air of freedom. You are my masterpiece, and I am applying the finishing touches to your soul with a tenderness that only a father can know. Feel my hand upon your head, anointing you with the oil of gladness. Your cup will not just be filled, it will overflow until the goodness of your life touches everyone you encounter. The world will see that I am with you, and they will know that you are my beloved, chosen before the foundations of the world. I am turning your mourning into a dance of victory. I am stripping away the sackcloth of your grief and clothing you with the garments of salvation and the robes of righteousness. This is the hour of your manifestation, the moment where the hidden work I have done in the dark comes into the dazzling light of my favor. The shadows have no power over the light that I have ignited within you. Trust me with the timing. Trust me with the details. I am working all things together for your ultimate good. You will look back on this moment, on this very season of pain, and you will realize that the rejection you feared was actually my protection, and the exit of those who did not value you was the necessary clearance for the entry of my infinite abundance. I am your peace in the storm. I am your strength in the weakness. I am your God, and I am opening the windows of heaven to pour out a blessing so great that you will not have room enough to contain it. Stand tall, my child, for the weight of your past is falling away. Your redemption is here. Your time is now. Every promise I have spoken over your life is coming into its yes, and its amen. I am the God who stays when everyone else leaves. I am the God who loves without end and without condition. Come closer now, feel the steady heartbeat of your Father, and know that you are safe in my arms. You are cherished beyond all measure, and the road ahead of you is paved with the golden light of my grace. Walk it with your head held high, for the King of Kings is your companion, your defender, and your eternal home. The one who walked away will look back and see not a victim, but a victor crowned with my glory, and they will know that it was never their strength that held you up, but the everlasting arms of the Almighty. I am making you a lighthouse. I am making you a city set on a hill. Go forth now, not in the memory of who left you, but in the reality of who is with you. I am the Lord your God, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. My love is the anchor that holds when everything else gives way. Rest in this truth. Rejoice in this promise. For the best part of your story is being written even as we speak. Listen closely, my child, for the ink of my grace is still wet upon the pages of your life, and I am not finished with the masterpiece of your restoration. You have stood in the valley of silence, wondering if your cries reached the heavens, and I tell you now, they did more than reach me. They moved me. I have seen every tear you shed in the quiet of the night, every moment you reached out for a hand that was no longer there, and every time you whispered my name when your heart was too heavy to speak. I want you to understand that your value was never determined by the presence or absence of another person. Their departure was not a reflection of your worth, but a revelation of their capacity to hold the weight of the glory I am placing upon you. As you walk forward, do not look over your shoulder with longing for what was lost, for I am doing a new thing. Even now, it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. The one who walked away will eventually stand in the shadow of their own decision, looking back at the person you have become. They will see a strength that is not your own, a peace that surpasses all understanding, and a radiance that comes only from being in the presence of the living God. They did not leave a void. They left space for me to fill. They did not break you. They merely participated in the breaking of the shell that kept your true spirit hidden. I am now calling forth the gold that was refined in the fire of that abandonment. I am declaring over you a season of divine compensation. For every moment of loneliness, I will give you a lifetime of my abiding presence. For every word of rejection that was spoken over you, I am speaking words of eternal acceptance and high calling. I am stripping away the garments of mourning and clothing you in the robes of my righteousness. You are my chosen, my peculiar treasure, a royal priesthood. I am setting you upon a high place where the arrows of the past cannot reach you. The person who left will see the favor on your life and realize that they did not just walk away from a person. They walked away from a destiny that was intertwined with a blessing they were not prepared to carry. They will realize that the light they found so intimidating was the very light they needed. But do not rejoice in their regret. Rejoice instead in my faithfulness. I am the God who restores the years the locusts have eaten. I am the God who turns your mourning into dancing. I am placing a new song in your mouth, a hymn of praise to your God. Many will see what I have done for you and fear, putting their trust in the Lord. I am weaving your experiences into a tapestry of hope for others who feel discarded. Your story will be the map that leads the broken-hearted back to my arms. I am anointing your head with oil. Your cup shall overflow. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life, and you shall dwell in my house forever. Look ahead, my beloved. The horizon is glowing with the sunrise of your breakthrough. I have assigned angels to guard your path and to clear the debris left by those who did not understand your value. The chains of not enough have been shattered. The lies of unworthy have been silenced by the roar of my love. You are standing on the threshold of a greater glory than you have ever known. This is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of your exaltation in me. I am moving mountains on your behalf. I am opening doors that no man can shut. I am bringing people into your life who will see you through my eyes, who will honor the light within you, and who will walk beside you in the fullness of my purpose. Your future is not a reflection of your past. It is a reflection of my promise. I am the God of the second wind, the God of the sudden turnaround. The one who walked away will look back and see that while they chose to leave, I chose to stay. And in my staying, you found the everything you were always looking for. You are whole. You are healed. You are mine. Walk now with the quiet confidence of one who is deeply loved by the Creator of the stars. The best is not just coming, it is already here, unfolding in the secret places of your soul. I am your Father, and you are my pride and joy. Hear the sound of the shift in the atmosphere, my beloved child, for the winds of change are no longer whispering. They are roaring with the declaration of your victory. As you step further into this new season, I want you to understand the profound mystery of the redirection you have experienced. The one who walked away did not merely leave a person. They stepped out of the shadow of a divine covenant that was protecting and sustaining them through your very presence. They walked away from the wellspring of grace that flowed through your heart, thinking they were seeking freedom, yet unaware that they were exiting the garden of my favor. Even now, the scales are beginning to fall from their eyes. In the quiet moments of the night, when the noise of the world fades, they will feel the weight of the absence of your light. They will look for the peace they once found in your spirit and find only the hollow echoes of their own choices. This is not for your vindication in a way that breeds pride, but a testimony to the sanctity of the vessel I have made you to be. I am magnifying my glory within you so vividly that even those who once overlooked you will be forced to acknowledge that I am with you. Do not look back at the bridge that was burned, for I was the one who allowed the flame. I allowed the separation to protect the purity of the harvest I am bringing forth in your life. You are being prepared for an elevation that their current heart could not sustain, and a glory that their vision could not comprehend. I am now weaving the threads of your brokenness into a tapestry of such exquisite strength that it will become a shield for others who are weary. I declare over you today that your season of being misunderstood is coming to a definitive end. I am bringing you into the company of those who possess the spiritual discernment to honor the oil upon your life. These are the ones who will not try to diminish your light to match their shadows, but who will fan the flames of your purpose until you burn like a city set on a hill. You have felt the sting of being cast aside, but I am the God who chooses the stone the builders rejected and makes it the cornerstone. You are the cornerstone of a new move of my spirit in your lineage. The tears you sowed in the secret place have watered the ground of a future that is lush, green, and overflowing with fruit that will not wither. I am restoring the years that the locust has eaten, and I am doing it with such speed that your head will swim with the beauty of my timing. You will look at your life a year from now and barely recognize the person who wept over the departure of one who was never meant to stay. I am expanding your capacity to receive love, true love, the kind that does not tremble at the first sign of a storm and does not flee when the path becomes narrow. I am teaching you the language of abundance so that you no longer speak the dialect of lack. The void left by the one who walked away has been filled with the Shekinah glory of my presence, a fullness that no human soul could ever provide. You are becoming a sanctuary of my peace, and as you walk, the very ground will respond to the authority I have placed within you. Do not fear the silence that follows the departure. It is the silence of a canvas being prepared for a masterpiece. I am painting a new horizon for you, one where the colors of joy, resilience, and divine favor blend into a dawn that will never see a sunset. You are my masterpiece, my pride, and the apple of my eye. The one who walked away will eventually see the brilliance of what I am doing in you, and in that moment, they will realize that what they lost was not just a companion, but a connection to the very heartbeat of my grace. But you, my child, will be so far along the path of my purpose, so surrounded by the warmth of my love, that you will only feel compassion for their journey while you continue to soar upon the wings I have given you. Your exaltation is not a dream. It is the reality I am currently manifesting. Rest in me. Breathe in my life. The best is not just coming, it is your new permanent residence. I have called you by name, and you are mine, forever and always. Do not allow the echoes of their footsteps to drown out the symphony of my promises. Even now, while you wait in the stillness of my presence, I am weaving the threads of a justice you cannot yet see. There is a weight of glory being formed in your spirit through the very trials that sought to crush you. The absence of that person is not a void. It is a space I have reclaimed for my own glory to dwell. Understand this, my beloved. Those who walk away from a heart that is aligned with mine are not just walking away from a person. They are walking away from the specific grace I placed upon your life to sustain them. They took for granted the light you carried, assuming it was a common flame that could be found in any hearth. But as the shadows lengthen in their own lives, they will begin to notice a chilling cold where your warmth once was. They will look for that peculiar peace you offered, only to find that it was a gift from my hand, channeled through your soul. I am currently sharpening your discernment and polishing your spirit until you reflect my image with such clarity that those who once overlooked you will be blinded by the brilliance of my favor upon you. I declare over you today that your season of being misunderstood is drawing to a close. Where you were dismissed, you shall be sought. Where you were rejected, you shall be invited to lead. I am setting a table for you in the presence of your enemies, not for the sake of pride, but to demonstrate the magnitude of my faithfulness to those who remain steadfast. The one who walked away will witness your rising. They will see the doors I have opened for you, doors that no human hand can shut. They will see the laughter return to your eyes, a laughter deeper and more resonant than before, because it is born of victory. They will realize that in their haste to depart, they discarded a treasure of infinite value. Yet do not let your heart become heavy with the thought of their regret. My purpose for you is not rooted in their realization, but in your elevation. I am lifting you into a realm of intimacy with me where their opinions and their presence are no longer the source of your identity. You are finding your worth in the secret place of the Most High. I am pouring out a double portion of joy for every tear you shed in the dark. I am restoring the years the locusts have eaten. I am making all things new. Look ahead, for the horizon is ablaze with the fire of my promise. You are moving into a land of milk and honey, a place of spiritual and emotional abundance, where the lack of the past will be forgotten in the overflow of the present. My love is the anchor that holds you, and my power is the wind that carries you. Trust the process of this divine unfolding. I am with you in the quiet moments, in the busy streets, and in the whispers of your heart. You are never alone, for I have etched your name upon the palms of my hands. Deep within the chambers of your heart, I am building a sanctuary that no storm can dismantle. Every brick has been laid with the mortar of my endurance. Those who chose to leave did not understand the architecture of your soul. They only saw the scaffolding and thought the work was incomplete. But I, the master builder, see the finished cathedral. I see the stained glass of your experiences, where the light of my spirit filters through the colors of your pain to create a beauty that is unique in all the universe. The realization of what they lost will come to them like a slow dawn, breaking through the fog of their own distractions. They will search for the depth they once found in you, only to find the world's offerings are shallow and fleeting. They will remember the way you prayed, the way you loved, and the way you remained true even when it was difficult. And in that remembrance, a profound sense of loss will settle upon them, not as a punishment from my hand, but as the natural consequence of walking away from the vessel I was using to bless them. But I do not want you to wait for their regret to find your peace. Your peace is already here, resting in the palm of my hand. I am declaring a season of unprecedented breakthrough over your life. I am breaking the chains of the past that have kept you tethered to the what-ifs and the if-onlys. I am severing the soul ties that have drained your energy and clouded your vision. You are being set free to run the race I have set before you, unencumbered and light-hearted. Prophetic doors are swinging wide, leading you into rooms where your voice will be heard and your gifts will be celebrated. I am bringing people into your life who will see the gold within you and help you mine it. I am surrounding you with a community of the faithful, those who will sharpen you and love you with a reflection of my own heart. Your desert is turning into a garden, and the dry ground is becoming springs of water. I am the God of the turnaround. I am the God who takes the ashes and creates beauty beyond description. Your story is not ending in heartbreak. It is transitioning into a saga of triumph. Every sleepless night has been recorded in my book, and every prayer you whispered in the shadows is being answered in the light of day. The one who walked away may have thought they were leaving you in a state of ruin, but they were merely clearing the site for a greater construction. You are rising, my child. You are ascending the mountain of my holiness, and from the summit, you will see that every detour and every departure was part of a divine choreography. Feel my breath upon you now, a fresh wind of the Spirit blowing away the dust of the previous season. Receive my strength, for your journey is glorious and your destination is certain. You are my pride, my joy, and the jewel in my crown. In the days to come, the world will see the marks of my favor upon you, and they will know that you are the one I have chosen to bless. Be still, and know that I am God, and I am doing a work in you that will resound throughout eternity. The weight of your future glory far outweighs the pain of your past trials. Trust in the hand that shaped the stars, for that same hand is even now shaping your destiny. As you stand upon the threshold of this new horizon, do not look back with a heart of mourning, for what was left behind was but the scaffolding of a lesser structure. I am building within you a temple of such magnificence that the very ones who thought your value had diminished will stand in awe of the radiance you now emit. They walked away in the twilight of your struggle, unable to see the dawn that was already stirring within your soul. They mistook your silence for defeat and your tears for weakness, but in my kingdom, tears are the seeds of a harvest that never fails. I have watched every moment of your solitude. I have counted every heartbeat that felt heavy with the weight of abandonment. And I tell you now, the season of your hiding is drawing to a close. The light that I have banked within you like a fire in a cold room is about to burst forth, warming everyone who enters your sphere. And what of the one who walked away? Their departure was not an accident, nor was it a victory for the shadows. It was a necessary pruning. Had they stayed, they would have attempted to claim credit for the beauty I am crafting in you. They would have tried to own the garden that only my hand has planted. But now, as you bloom in the fullness of my grace, they will watch from a distance and realize that the very thing they discarded was the cornerstone of their own peace. They will see the favor that rests upon your head, a favor that cannot be bought or mimicked, and the realization will settle upon them like a heavy cloak. They will understand that in leaving you, they stepped out of the flow of the blessing I had placed upon your union. But do not let your heart be hardened by this knowledge. Instead, let it be softened by my mercy. For while they are awakening to their loss, you are awakening to my totality. You are discovering that I am enough. I am the friend who sticks closer than a brother, the lover who never fails, and the provider who opens the storehouses of heaven on your behalf. Look at your hands, my child. See how I have refined them to hold the weight of the gold I am pouring out. Your capacity to receive has been expanded by the very space their absence created. Every empty room in your heart has been sanitized by my presence, prepared to be filled with a joy that is unspeakable and full of glory. I am declaring over you today that the days of your being overlooked are over. You shall be sought after as a spring in a desert. Those who dismissed you will find themselves needing the wisdom that has been forged in the furnace of your affliction. They will see that your roots go deep into the living waters, and even in years of drought, your leaves remain green. This is the prophetic promise I set before you, that your restoration will be so complete that the memory of the pain will be like a dream from which you have long since woken. I am restoring the years the locusts have eaten, and I am adding to them a double portion of my spirit. The world sees a departure as a loss, but I see it as a liberation. I have liberated you to become who I created you to be before the foundations of the world were laid. Walk with your head held high, not in pride, but in the quiet confidence of one who is deeply, unshakably loved. The path ahead is paved with my promises, and every step you take is ordered by my wisdom. You are no longer defined by who left you, but by who stayed with you. I am here. I have always been here. And I will lead you into a land of milk and honey, where the shadows of the past cannot reach you, and the light of my countenance is your eternal sun. Your story is not ending in heartbreak. It is beginning in glory. The chapters yet to be written will tell of a triumph so great that it will silence the mockers and bring hope to the hopeless. You are my masterpiece, and the final strokes I am applying to your life will be the most beautiful of all. The realization they face will not be one of simple regret, but a profound recognition of the divine light they failed to honor. They will see you walking in a peace that surpasses understanding, a peace they cannot find in the world they chose over you. They will notice the way the atmosphere changes when you enter a room, the way your words carry weight and authority, and they will remember the person they thought they knew. But they will find that the person they knew has been consumed by the fire of my love, and in their place stands a son or daughter of the Most High, clothed in strength and dignity. This realization is my gift to them, a chance to see the reality of my work, and it is my gift to you, a confirmation that you were never the problem. You were simply too much for a heart that was not ready for the depth of my spirit. I am setting a table before you in the presence of those who doubted you. Not so you can gloat, but so they can see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Your cup will overflow. Your barn will be full. Your heart will be at rest. This is the heritage of my servants. This is the reward of your faithfulness. Do not fear the future, for I am already there preparing the way. Trust me. I have not forgotten you, and I will never let you go.